reaction. What if it's not good enough?
Well, then it's just not good enough. I don't know.
It looks really nice.
So as you guys can see, we don't have the F-150 anymore. So ended up selling the truck for this 2002 Lexus LX 470. If you're not familiar with the vehicle, it's basically Lexus' version of the 100 series Land Cruiser. And in this video, I'm going to talk about why I sold the truck and why I picked this vehicle, and then we're going to do a quick walk around at the end, just in case you're looking at LX 470s or Land Cruisers as well. So let's start with the number one reason that I ended up selling my truck. I love that truck. It got good gas mileage. I didn't have to worry about it breaking down or anything, as we bought it new. So why did I sell it? And the biggest reason I would say is that the truck payments were over $600 a month. And I got on a little Dave Ramsey kick. I started, doing some math, and I figured $600 a month for something that is depreciating as much as that vehicle is, that was a bad decision. It was a bad purchase. And when I'm looking at vehicles, especially at the stage of life that I'm in, I want to get something that's not going to depreciate as much, right? And I don't want to waste my money every single month on the vehicle when that money could be going to other things, like things for our house or things for the rig. So that's the biggest reason. I would say a second reason was me and my wife Emily ended up finding out we were having a baby, and obviously we love taking our dogs everywhere, but with putting a baby in the back seat of the truck, we'd have to put the dogs in the bed of the truck. And living in Alabama in the summer, it gets extremely hot, and we didn't want to have to risk putting our dogs in the bed of the truck. I know a lot of people do it, but our dogs are, stay indoors most of the time, and so, we didn't want to risk that. So we knew that we wanted to go SUV route. We even considered a minivan at one point, and my wife Emily's like, well, how are we going to go camping? And I was like, oh, of course, you're right. Why would I think that we get a rig that can't go off-roading? So we did a bunch of research, and I was really looking for something that was going to be a jack of all trades, a family hauler. It was going to be something that I could take off-road and go camping, overlanding, and we ended up picking this out. It's been awesome. I didn't want to make this video right when I ended up selling the truck, which was the end of July. It's been a little over 6 months now, and I really got to see how I like this vehicle and give you some feedback on it. So there's a lot of pros to this vehicle, and I've got a lot of big plans that I'm really excited about, as far as like how I want to build it out and the things we're going to add on to it, the things that are going to make it more practical. But I'll give you the rundown on some features that I didn't really expect to enjoy as much as I have, and also some things that really stand out. Let's start super basic. Why I picked this vehicle. Number one, it's four-wheel drive. It is got a good bit of cargo room. It's super reliable. I bought this thing with 160,000 miles on it. I haven't really done much to it. I am making a baselining video of changing out all the fluids and things like that I'm going to be doing. But for the most part, like this is a 500,000 mile engine, if you take care of it, transmission. And so, this is something that I can keep for several decades and not have to worry about it completely breaking down, having to sell it, get a new vehicle. And that makes me a lot more comfortable putting this sweat equity into something that I'm going to own for a long time, putting the time and energy to make sure things are done right. And overall just enjoy the vehicle. So that's a baseline reason why. A couple other reasons that really stand out is, like, as our family grows, if we have a bunch of kids, we want to add a third row, we can add a third row to this. Really simply, we can put the dogs in the cargo area, and our kid can be in the back seat, and we can travel comfortably like that. And everybody gets AC or heat in the winter. There's a lot of different factors like that. So a couple features that I have really enjoyed about this that I didn't know I would. Number one has got to be probably the sunroof. I've always wanted a vehicle with a sunroof. When I started driving in high school, I had a Jeep Wrangler with a soft top, and I love that thing. I took the top off of it all the time. Unfortunately, there was no space in it, and so I didn't, I ended up upgrading. There's a lot of wind noise as well, but I loved taking my Jeep off-road and using it for what it was. It was also broke down on me a bunch, so I'm glad I don't have the Jeep anymore, but I did love the aspect of the open air driving. And so when the weather's nice, rolling the windows down, opening the sunroof, something I really enjoy. Number two would probably be the heated seats. My 2019 F-150 didn't have heated seats, and it's winter right now, and so being able to turn the heated seats on ahead of time as the car is warming up. A lot of times the seats will heat up before the actual car does, and so that is makes things a lot more comfortable as well. Another feature is the way that the climate control works. And so my wife's Honda Civic, it has this feature, but my truck did not. And so basically the way it works is you can set it to auto. Your vehicle probably has something similar. You can set the degree that you want it. So if you want it to be 65 all the time, whether it's hot outside, it's cold outside, the vehicle is going to work to make the interior 65. So I usually keep it at like 68 during the winter time, and then like 72, when it's hot out. But basically I can set that temperature to auto, and then I don't have to keep playing with the fan, turn the fan up when I'm hot, turn the fan down when I'm cold, etc. Like, it does it all for me. And also in the winter when it's cold, it's not going to start blowing the fan until the car heats up. And I think that's really, really smart. So I really enjoyed that as well. The back seat, I'm not in the back seat very much, but I have already taken it's a 60-40 split. I've already taken one of the seats out, and it was really simple. It was just a couple bolts, and I was able to take that out to give me more cargo space whenever I was camping. And so I like that feature, and I also like how the back seats actually can recline a couple different degrees. And so with us having a baby in the back, my wife can recline the seat, and it just makes long distance travel that much more comfortable. And so I'm always trying to think ahead, what's going to be the best long term, what's going to be the best for most situations, and I think this vehicle is going to be it. Really excited to keep using it. I've gone off-road with it a little bit. I'll show you guys around in just a second, and we'll kind of do a walk around of it. It's pretty stock. I haven't really done much to it yet, but I've already enjoyed it a bunch, and really want to use the vehicle before just start adding stuff to it. Now, with that being said, I have started my build plan on it. I've made a list of a bunch of different things. It's going to be on the Patreon page, as well as some maintenance videos as well. So if you want to support the build or support the channel, you can check out the Patreon in the description below. But let's go ahead, let's do a quick walk around of this thing, show you guys around the vehicle. All right, so let's start in the front with the bumper. This is an Ironman 4x4 bumper. It's pretty heavy duty. These fog lights are pretty bright. Definitely enjoy them. It's got amber turn signals and white, clear daytime running lights right here. I added these on. These are just Amazon LED cubes. They put out a good amount of light. They're floodlights, and so they're not great. They're pretty cheap on Amazon, and that's why I ended up getting them back in the day for my Jeep, and so I just repurposed them, put them on here. Now this bumper wasn't wired up when I got it from the dealership, and so I had to figure out all the wiring underneath, wire up these lights, etc. And so I ended up making a video on that as well. And so if you have an Ironman 4x4 bumper and you need to learn how, you know, to wire it, you know, I've got that for you. And then this trim piece right here, we just got that in the mail, and so I just got to get it painted to match. And so we'll be fixing that so everything it matches, and eventually we'll get a winch added in there as well. But this is definitely a heavy duty bumper. I love the bull bar on here. There's a lot of deer around here, and so the ability to, you know, have protection above the grill is really important for us. The inside is pretty stock. I did do a couple things. There's a hole right here, and I didn't want it to keep tearing, so I ended up putting a little bit of this leather patch right here and here so it wouldn't keep tearing. But interior is really nice. It's got a wooden finish interior. It's got the tan, and originally this car was gold, but it was painted, so you can see the gold paint right here. It blends in with the tan really well. I did add some cargo liners, which has been good. But another feature I forgot to add that I really like is the rear vent windows. And so basically the back of these will tilt out whenever you click those, and so it just lets the car air out a little bit. So let's talk about the tires. Right here we got some Toyo Open Country AT3s. These tires have been great. I know a lot of people run AT3s, and they're usually kind of like the biggest competitors of the BF Goodrich, and it kind of went back and forth on those. But these are great. I think they're 33.5s, and we just have them on stock wheels, but they haven't let me down yet. I've aired them down a good bit, and there's not a lot of road noise on the highway. Really like those. Underneath we've got a 2-inch Ironman suspension lift, and so it clears the 33s really easily. It used to have 1.5 inch spacers on here to widen the wheel out. I didn't really like the spacers on there, and I also thought that it affected the way it drove. They might have been just cheap spacers, but I actually like the wheels being tucked underneath. It also prevents a lot of mud from slinging up the side of the vehicle, and so I'd much rather have the mud, you know, tucked in there and inside the wheel well. All right, this is one of the most exciting parts of the build, just because there is so much room for opportunity back here. Obviously, it's not going to be as big as a 5.5 foot bed in my truck, but it's all enclosed, it's all inside, so it's climate controlled. I've slept in the back of here a couple times with the seat out of here, and then the other seats roll down, and so basically I'll just tuck my legs back there. But really excited to build a drawer system for this build. I've been planning it out for a while now on a little notepad, and you know how I'm going to build it. We're going to have, you know, the drawer system here, and then we're going to have the dog crates right here and here, and then any other things that won't fit in the drawers, we'll kind of put them around the dog crates. So obviously this vehicle's pretty stock right now, but you guys are going to be able to see the whole build you know, throughout the channel, and so I'm excited for that. Get you guys you know, checking out early and seeing kind of where we started versus just, you know, seeing the finished product, the final build. So if you're interested, then definitely hit that subscribe button. I definitely appreciate you checking out the video. I'm sure I forgot something, so if you have any questions on, you know, why I chose this, or why I sold my truck, or you know, the differences between the truck and the SUV, definitely post them in the comments, and I will read them and I'll reply to them. Thank you guys for checking out the video, and stay tuned for the next one.